3, 2, 1, clap. Hello, people of the internet. My name's Isaiah.
And my name is Matt.
And welcome to episode 28 of the Mildly Ignorant podcast.
Yay!
Woo! Last week we did a Batman special.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the Batman. We reacted to it. We give our thoughts.
Thoughts,
we got
opinions, concerns.
Yeah, Matt hated it. I give
No,
it
you
a 9
swayed
out of
me.
10.
You swayed me. I give it a 9 out of 10. I've been stewing on it.
You
Yeah.
graded it too harshly, you think?
I mean, I feel like from an 8 to a 9? Like, that was such a big difference. But, like, you know how you can, like, ask your prof, like, hey, how do you think I could do better? Or, like, you ask them to, like, improve your grade.
You asked me as the prof.
Yeah. Thanks, Daddy.
Well, welcome. Episode 28. And we have another hot topic debate here today that we're going to be discussing about.
This episode is just full of hot takes.
Hot take topics. The first one, for anyone who's been on TikTok, which is pretty much everyone. Everyone's on TikTok except me. I'm special. I don't go on TikTok.
Okay,
TikTok sucks.
but I send you TikToks.
This has been new debate online,
I mean, it
Matt.
started on TikTok, and like all garbage, it found its way to Twitter.
Of course, yeah. And anyways, it's the team wheels versus team doors debate.
This is just the new, is it white and gold or blue and black, the stupid dress, you remember? Or like
yeah, basically.
the bullshit.
What were you on that?
Um,
It was blue and black for me. I never saw gold and white, never, ever.
I mean,
ever.
I saw both, but I think it's blue and black. I think it was just the lighting.
Yeah, it was blue and black. The dress was actually blue and black.
Oh, well,
and I can never see gold and white, no matter how hard I tried.
Well,
anyways, team wheels versus
sorry for your
team
loss.
doors. Basically, the whole debate is just how many wheels or how many doors there are on Earth. Well, which one has most of?
yeah, in the world, are there more wheels, or are there more doors?
And I'm team wheels. I don't know about you, Matt. Are you
I
team
think
wheels
I'm
or
team
doors?
doors.
Fuck you. We're stopping the podcast. This is disgrace.
I mean, we can't agree on everything.
So I'm going to ruin your day here and explain why team wheels is better, why there are more wheels on Earth. Okay, you ready for this?
Sure.
So almost every door outside of like most doors. Okay, no. No. Like what do you consider a door? First I want to hear your argument before I can dismantle it in front of you and make you cry like a little bitch.
Okay, wow, that's kind of harsh. You just asked me what a door was? I don't know.
No, like explain why you think there's more doors on Earth than wheels.
I honestly don't know. I'm not an educated guess. It's just like I'm going with my feelings on this one.
Oh my god, man. Okay, well, let me explain why there's more wheels, okay?
Because you're so eager.
Doors. Okay, doors. There's doors.
Yes.
You can count cupboards as doors, drawers,
I wasn't even considering that.
fridge doors, car doors, all that fun stuff, okay?
Yes.
But the issue is when you start counting those doors, especially like in drawers and automatic doors, they have wheels in them. There's more wheels per door than there are doors.
Okay.
And then
No.
if you consider toys, like Hot Wheels, there's more wheels.
But what
than
about hot
that
doors?
can open or close. Hot Wheels.
What about hot doors?
Those doors don't open, so they're not doors. Just there's just wheels on those toys. So I think that there's more wheels.
Okay.
Because all these doors have like wheels in them, right?
Okay, I was going to say, like, I don't consider drawers to be doors. But cabinet doors, I guess. At first, I was thinking, like, a door that you like, a door that leads from one area to another that you can enter through. And, like, automatic doors, it's still a door. Now, wheels, like, if you think about, like, you ever go to the beer store?
Yeah.
You know how there's that, like, it's almost like a conveyor belt? Like, are those wheels? Would you consider those wheels?
There are wheels in the conveyor belt.
Yeah, like that you like slide the boxes of beer on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, those
But,
are
like,
wheels.
Yeah, but I wouldn't count those as like wheels because I don't know. They don't function as wheels. Like in the same sense that like I don't consider like a drawer to be a door. I don't consider those wheels to be like functional
Definition
wheels.
of a wheel: a circular object that revolves on an axle and is fixed below an object to enable it to move easily over a surface.
Then I mean, yes, then there's probably more wheels than there are fucking doors. But like
Exactly. Case over. I win. You suck.
you can't just go changing the rules though.
Start changing the rules. There's no rules, Matt. This is a stupid TikTok thing. There are no rules.
No, but then you're like you have to consider like is anything that like opens like that a door? Like
Yes, everything you can go into is a door.
this is stupid.
Because a cupboard is a door.
Yeah.
You want to get philosophical? You want to get fucking like Aristotle and Socrates on my ass?
I mean, not really. I just think like I think it should be
of a door.
like more like yes, I would count wheels on like a Hot Wheels toy, whatever. But like I wouldn't count wheels like I said like on the stupid like beer conveyor belt because like they don't. I don't like.
Okay, well,
they don't
regardless,
function as wheels.
even if we remove those, there's still more wheels because you have doors. If you're not going to count cupboards and drawers and whatever as doors, you have just doors. Well, a whole subset of doors have wheels in them, so automatically wheels win because they're wheels that are part of doors. There's no doors that are part of wheels,
Okay,
you know.
that's a stupid argument. You know it.
Fuck you. Podcast is over. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Mildly Ignorant Podcast.
I mean, by also just like wheels are. Wait, what's older? Wheels or doors? Like what was made first?
The wheel, you idiot.
Are you sure?
The wheel is like the first creation of man. When
was the first door made?
was the wheel invented? Let's see. Okay, the wheel was invented in the 4th millennium BC, so 4,000 years before Christ, I think, or is that 40,000?
Oh, okay. Well, doors were invented in 1984.
That's such a fucking lie. That's such a lie.
When was like 3000 BC? Wooden doors were used in Europe in 2000 BC. Stone doors throughout Asia.
See, wheels are more.
Yeah, then like just in the sense that wheels are older. that's why that's my vote. That's what I'm going with. And
Wheels?
That's my logic. Yeah, sure. You've convinced me.
Yep, I'm just that smart. I knew the answer right away.
Totally okay.
Yep, totally me.
Why don't you go jack off some more? Like Jesus.
Man, I'm not in my birthday suit. I guess that kind of ties in, but no.
I
unfortunately. Whoa. Is that how you typically record the podcast, Matt?
Yeah, man.
Is that why you wanted to do a video version of the show
28 episodes? You're telling me you haven't been naked this whole time? What's the point?
I'll be honest with you. That's probably why I hate doing this show, to be honest. I'm kidding.
You don't hate doing this show. You just hate me.
No, I love this show. And I love you, Matt.
Oh, thanks. We got it on tape. That's it. Shut it down. We're done.
No homo.
Okay.
But speaking of hate and stuff like that, I think that's something we wanted to bring up, huh, Matt?
Sure.
The other day, you talked about how...
I talked about?
Yeah, you texted me. You're like, you wanted to talk about our shitty traits.
Okay, so
about each other.
I think I led you on the wrong way. So there's this meme, and it started on Twitter, and it's like your toxic trait, right? And an example is like is like watching American Ninja and then tweeting like my toxic trait is thinking I can do that. So like things that like these preconceived notions you have of yourself that are totally untrue and don't like stand up. Like my toxic trait, just like offhand, I think I would be fine in a zombie apocalypse. Like that's definitely not the case. Like, I think I would be like well off and fine, but like my toxic trait is like, oh yeah, I have this handled.
This reminds me. Remember that episode where we answered that question, saying what was a stupid thing we believed as a kid or whatever?
Yeah. No. I don't.
Okay, well, we did answer that, and I just thought of something crazy.
What?
We're gonna go back to your topic in a minute.
Sure.
This just got me thinking of that because of toxic traits and whatever. When I was little, I shit you not.
I thought you were saying like you shit yourself or something.
Like when I was like really young, like 3 or like 4, right?
Okay,
Like
so
this is, like,
yesterday.
dumb age. I think the dumbest thing I ever believed was like that all cats were females and all dogs were males.
You
I don't think they were.
didn't.
Yes, I definitely was like that when I was 3. I faintly remember that.
You're so dumb.
I know.
I hate
that-
you.
How many times are we gonna say I hate each other? This podcast. Take a shot every time.
That's
But yeah, that's when I was like 3. I think I remember now.
I
I
hated
faintly
kids like
remember
you.
that. Okay, but like the minute I learned in elementary school, I was like, okay, cool.
That's like when I was a kid, I believed that like blue was a boy's color and pink was a girl's color. Like, grow up. You're literally 3 years old. Like you should know better. You're disgusting.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I didn't have my PhD in quantum physics by the time I was 5. I'm sorry for disappointing you.
It's just like I don't know if kids are stupid or like how we teach kids is stupid, but like why do we lie to kids to like make it easier for ourselves?
We don't lie to them. I think it's just like the media that was like.
We don't lie to kids, it's just the media.
Actually, that's kind of a lie because I was gonna say like cartoons and stuff like that always portray like stereotypical characters, but I was gonna say like Tom is like
Tom?
a boy cat, like Tom and Jerry.
Oh, okay. Who's Tom?
My buddy Tom,
My friend Tom told me that like all cats were female, and like I don't know.
Anyways,
everything else he says is right.
Back to the topic of toxic traits.
Wait, no, that just reminds me of Left 4 Dead 2. With what's his face, the hick one, that country folk.
I'll be honest. I think my toxic trait is that I think I'm an empath.
Are you... Girl, you can't even feel your own emotions, let alone anyone else's.
No, I don't know what my toxic trait is, Matt.
I mean, like I could hit you up with a real one, but like that would just be mean, and like no, the point of this isn't to be mean. Jesus Christ.
Do it. Hit me with my toxic trait, Matt. Let's
glutton.
go.
No,
Hit me with it. I don't care. I need ideas.
No, you're talking.
My asshole.
Okay.
Blunt. Too close. Too straightforward.
I mean, like you know all that about you, though.
I know. I'm the most self-aware person on this earth, Matt. You can't say something that I don't already know. I just can't think of it on the spot.
I mean, you have an inflated sense of self.
Inflated self. I don't even know what that means. What?
Inflated sense of self.
Sense of self. Can I get that in a sentence?
Like again, I just feel mean.
Wait. Your sense of self refers to your perception of the collection of characteristics that define you.
You don't trust enough. I'll say that. That's a nice way of saying it.
I don't trust enough. What does that have to do with sense of self? Refers to your perception of the collection of characteristics that define you.
See, now
I go too overboard with this?
No.
Isn't that like a main like symptom of autism or something?
You don't.
Which, by the way, guys, I did an official test, accredited test online, and I am diagnosed with autism.
I mean, like, I think we both got over 100, but you scored like.
I scored like a fucking madman.
Yeah.
I broke the counter, man. But anyways,
counter.
Yeah, this is an accredited test. We are not taking the piss out of autism. This is an accredited test, and I am autistic.
Accredited is it?
How accredited is it?
Accredited.
I did it on BuzzFeed. You know that.
The way you said that, just with a straight face.
Okay, well, what is it? What do you mean, Matt?
Like you don't
like not self-aware enough?
No, I mean your self-awareness is fine. You just like you're not selfish. It's not selfishness. It's like you're just like, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself, but like to the extreme.
Oh yes, definitely, 100%. And I do not feel bad about that whatsoever.
Like,
I should, but I don't. I really don't. I've been screwed way too many times in my life. Trusting other people to do the job right, and then I get the shit for it. Serious trust issues there, baby. I'd rather go down knowing I did it wrong than someone else doing it wrong than I get the shit for it.
I guess, but
So
I mean, I don't want to judge you. I don't want to read you. I don't want to be mean. That's not me.
Matt doesn't want to be mean on the Mildly Ignorant podcast as co-host. Matt just calls me slurs all the time outside of the show.
Excuse me?
I just
You're
call him
one to
slurs on
talk.
the show.
And off the show.
No, off the show I'm really nice.
I literally got a text right now. You called me the F slur. No, I'm kidding. I mean, it's happened, but like, not right now.
Matt, this is the character I play on the show, okay?
2 minutes.
You know that outside of the show, I'm completely different.
Okay, you can't act for shit. You're not a character. That's the thing.
I'm the main character. What do you mean?
Anything beyond taking everything at face level, you just don't do. You can't do it. Like the minute I go into any sort of like fantastical or like acting, you're just like cringe.
Because it is cringe.
It
man.
is, but like, it's just a part of life. I don't know.
Cringe is a part of life?
Yes. You're so
Absolutely not. I
serious. No, you're so serious. You take everything so seriously, and not everything is serious. I mean, like, you do and you don't.
Yeah, I sent you some pretty stupid stuff.
Yeah, but like, it's because it's cringe. Like, you never act cringe. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure people would disagree. I'm sure I've acted cringe tons of times.
Yeah, but like, I doubt on purpose.
No, just ironically.
Exactly.
Why would I cringe? Like, why would I do something cringe? Like, that's part of life. Like, no one does that naturally.
But they do. Like, that's the thing, because it's so easy to make
it's
fun of.
It's not cringy to them, though.
Yeah, exactly. But you're just like, I feel like you are so, not obsessed, but like you are just like very self-aware to like how you come off to other people.
I'm always reading the room, man. I got excellent social skills.
Too bad you don't use them.
Touche. Yeah. I'm just Jim Parsons, really.
Oh my god.
As much as that hurts to say.
I mean, he's actually like, I know what you're referring to. You're referring to he who shall not be named from that show, which we shall not talk about.
Sheldon Cooper
from The Big Bang Theory.
Sheldon Cooper.
But like, Jim Parsons is just a normal guy.
I know, he just does the role really well. Sorry, Sheldon Lee Cooper.
Thanks.
PhD.
I cared. Wait, so you can properly attribute a PhD to a fictional character, but you can't call a trans person by their real name or their preferred pronouns? I'm just kidding. Isaiah is respectful of people's pronouns. I'm joking.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I'm stirring up drama for the pod.
That's actually not true. I misgender everyone on Paladins, like literally 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, but like, not on purpose. You just don't know better.
No,
you also
I just
don't know the characters.
I don't know the characters for real.
Yeah, but I'm like, that's fine. Nobody like.
I'm sure High Res got mad at that. I'm sure High Res is
nobody cares.
knocking on my door. Misgendering a fictional character.
No one's complained about our gameplay and commentary videos yet. Because we haven't made any.
Coming soon to the Mildly Ignorant podcast. Just kidding.
That's the Mildly Ignorant podcast's toxic trait, is we non-ironically play paladins.
No, our toxic trait is promising things and not delivering on them, like the fucking video version of this podcast.
Okay,
it's
but
supposed
like,
to be out soon.
We've had floods, and your computer got stolen, and like,
My computer got stolen. What do you? I'm just busy with life. We're both busy with life. We just don't have time. But yeah. Summer's on its way, and we'll have more time there, for sure.
Summer loving had me a blast.
Speaking of toxic and misgendering and stuff like that, can we talk about that PETA tweet?
Which one?
I fucking hate PETA, every single one of them. But more specifically, For those who are long-time OG listeners to the Mildly Ignorant podcast, we've talked about PETA before and how much or at least I despise them. They are a evil organization behind fake portrayal of caring for animals.
Exactly. That's what it is. And like that makes it feel even more nefarious, is like knowing that like they're not even trying to like come off as caring about animals. They're just their message. I don't know. They're just
anyways
very hateful. What's the tweet? What's the tweet?
They went overboard. Okay, so International Women's Day was last week. Go women.
My dad's
go team
birthday.
women. For real?
What a feminist, born on International Women's Day.
Wow.
Yeah, for real.
I'm team woman, to be honest. Anyways, PETA India tweeted this on International Women's Day. Already a country where women rights aren't the highest in the most highest regard, but anyways, they tweeted eating eggs, egg emoji. Eating eggs means supporting the abuse, oppression, and exploitation of hens. This hashtag International Women's Day. Stand up for females of all species, with a strong arm emoji. And then the picture with a tweet is half the picture is the lady's face and the other half is a hen's face. And it says, "Do you respect women but eat eggs? Then you're a fake feminist." Well, it doesn't say the last part, but it's basically what they're implying, basically.
I just don't understand.
If you eat eggs, you're a fake feminist.
Like, how do you draw that conclusion?
Because eggs come from hens. Hens are female. Women are also female. And, yeah.
That's just, like...
That's the connection right there.
If you drive a car, then you're racist. Like, what?
Because...
they have nothing to do with each other.
Cars were made by slaves way back when.
And like,
that means you actively encourage it. Sarcasm.
No, they weren't.
Okay, they actually made an article. So, can we really call ourselves feminists if we eat eggs? Some are quick to dismiss the suffering of female members of the species. Blah 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 blah. The justifications that people give for disregarding chicken suffering and denying their basic rights, for instance, they are simply different from those casting judgment, are strikingly similar to the justifications that have been given for doing the same to women, all of which are false. Oh my fucking god. Okay.
Okay, so their point is that like chickens are the most abused animals on the planet, which is true, right? Like we know this. We know the conditions that, like, we've all seen those videos in high school that they showed about like animal abuse and stuff. Like, nobody is here supporting animal abuse, but like the way PETA spins it is like because like chickens are the female ones that lay the eggs. It's like when you support like chickens being locked up and just like farmed for their eggs, you support the oppression of women. And it's just like,
yeah, it's like,
that's
if you want
not
chicken,
that.
Yeah, basically they're saying, oh, if you agree with chickens being locked up and hens being locked up, you agree with women being locked up and chained and fucking whatever. I don't know. It's just it's not like the correlation's not there.
Yeah, and it's very much like PETA does this all the time, and it's just like
every goddamn holiday they try to come up with something.
Every holiday or like every issue, they're just like,
dude, I want to see if they have a.
Actually, this conversation's about me and like my problems.
Let's see if they've made them tweets about Ukraine yet.
Multiple issues can exist at the same time, consecutively.
Impossible.
And they can even like be intersectionally connected. But
I'm going on PETA's Twitter and seeing if they posted anything about.
I mean, this was PETA India.
Oh no! They made an Elden Ring video. Top 5 things that PETA approves of doing while in Elden Ring. Take your dogs on a lovely walk. Persuade mercenaries not to exploit horses by kicking them off the horse before doing damage.
I mean, this is the same group that, like...
This is so cringy. Observe the wildlife from a safe and respectful distance. Don't attack any of the wolves. And these are people that are unironically doing this, saying that killing an animal in a video game is the equivalent of killing an animal in real life. Okay.
I mean, it was the same thing in Animal Crossing, where like you
people
could
genuinely
fish.
believe this. But you have to like release them or something like that. What was the whole thing about that?
Yeah, it was like don't capture fish, and because like you can cook them into recipes now, and like it was a big deal, and like capturing bugs, even though like all the like the bugs and fish you don't. Well, I mean you can sell them, but like you typically just donate them to the museum, where you know they'll be in good care, which is just ridiculous. There's giant lobsters in Elden Ring. Oh, and the death thing said go vegan. Well,
I still can't find anything about. Well, I found some stuff about Ukraine, but nothing crazy. Just they're trying to get animals out of there. But yeah, they're really not. I thought they would say something stupid about Ukraine, but they're not that stupid yet. They're not making it about themselves in Ukraine, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, PETA Germany rescues 100 more animals from Ukraine. 99% of them will get fucking killed anyways, but anyways, it's another thing. Did you hear about the monkeys that escaped in the US talking about this?
No.
The monkeys that were going to get chips transplanted into their brains, like the Tesla chip or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's his name again?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah. Musk is doing...
You realize that's literally the plot to like 28 days later, right?
Yes, I know. And the monkeys escaped with
Like-
these all this shit happening to them, and apparently like some of them have like weird diseases that no one's ever seen before.
Huh.
And they escaped the truck, but I haven't heard anything since. I don't know if they got caught yet, but yeah, there's 8 chimps running wild in the Midwest, I think, of the U.S.
Well, that's where my toxic trait comes into play. Thinking I'd be fine in a zombie apocalypse.
If they're all monkeys, Planet of the Apes, let's go.
I mean, for people who don't know what we're talking about, Elon Musk, I don't know which company, was doing like research on these monkeys about like implanting chips in their brain, but like all of the monkeys just like suffered.
Neuralink.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But they just
No, I
like
was just...
yeah. They just like suffered extremely.
Yeah, and they
What's the point of it? Wasn't it to like, I don't know, probably to milk capitalism out of people?
they want to start putting these things in the humans, basically.
For what though? So like I can access
To enable
Twitter
brains
in
to
a
connect and
thought?
communicate with computers. Yeah, basically.
I don't want to do that, bro.
Yeah, and this is an actual video. I remember seeing this video. Yeah, there's a video released from the Neuralink company showing that a monkey playing Pong with his brain, basically. We don't know if it's... Obviously, it could be faked, but this is from Neuralink. A monkey not even with a controller or anything. Straight up playing Pong. With the Neuralink in his brain.
I definitely don't want that.
You don't want a Neuralink in your brain, Matt?
No.
Oh my
Do
god, you're
you?
such a conspiracy theorist. No, I don't. You think the government's chipping you? Oh my god, this Neuralink thing is not a government microchip.
Okay, I mean the government literally has all the information it wants from you. And if it wanted more information, it could probably just take it. Like, let's be real.
Uh-huh.
But
These people don't understand that even if they use all the VPNs they want and all the fucking safe search engines they think they need, the government still knows, baby.
yeah.
There's literally no way to escape it. Which I'm not saying is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's a bit too late to complain about your privacy.
Yeah. Oh, we're like
It's
far
already-
beyond that.
It's already gone. So pretending like you keeping your phone on airplane mode 24/7 is gonna do anything, it's not gonna do anything.
Like even just like signing up for these. I mean, how do we always just come back to like shitting on social media?
Just social media sucks, man. It's terrible. It's cancer. It's a disgrace on society, and it ruins everything.
I mean, every time you like sign up for something, that's you willingly giving your information away.
Amen. And they sell it, and you make no money, even though it's your info.
Yeah.
I would be fine with if they gave me money. They gave me royalties on my information, man.
It's like musicians. Like if you're featured on a song, like every month or whatever, you get like a check based on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, this website used my email. I get like 4 cents or whatever.
Basically, yeah. But yeah, speaking of dystopians, dystopian futures and stuff like that. Regarding the Neuralink, Disney's going down that route too. It seems.
Kidding
with some
me?
dystopian shit. So, Disney's getting into the real estate business,
Yes.
and they are building neighborhoods, basically.
A Disney community.
Disney communities, which this is literally just going to be one big cult.
Oh, totally.
That's one thing I wanted to talk about.
Is Disney already not a cult?
Oh, it already is, but I mean, like, definitely, like, the people that are going to be moving here are the Disney fan people, like, you know, like those middle-aged people that are like Disney, their whole personality kind of thing. Like, that's gonna be the kind of people moving here, and it's going to be a cult. And this is wacky, and this is very dystopian. That like private companies like this, or well, maybe not private company, but
It's
just companies
basically
in general.
like, I'm surprised we haven't seen it yet in the world. A corporate neighborhood, like this
I'm surprised
neighborhood
too,
belongs to a corporation, essentially.
Yeah. So the first story living community is what they're calling them, because you're gonna be living the story of Disney. Is going to be 1.9 thousand housing units. What? Include estates, single-family homes, and condos, plus a section for residents that are 55 plus. All residents get an exclusive membership that includes access to a private beach in the community's 24-acre lagoon, including a waterfront clubhouse, recreational activities,
Disney Lagoon.
and other year-round Disney programming. Do Cotino, that's the name of the place, I guess, is the only story living concept in the works. Disney says other locations are being scouted.
This is literally,
And this is not the first time, apparently, that they've done it. Golden Oak is a 980-acre gated community located within Disney's resort. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Where the company sells luxury homes. Yeah, those are the fancy houses, though. Like, these are, like, for literally millionaires.
Yeah.
And then Celebration, a 5-acre community developed as an idealistic small town outside of Orlando that the company is no longer affiliated with. Oh, okay. So they gave up on that one.
Man, it's like, all I have to say about Disney in general is like, it's scary to the point how like,
oh, definitely, yeah.
how good they are at like milking people for money.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And like I was joking with you, like, can you imagine? Like, I just know that Disney, because they're such pieces of shit. Like, I bet you they'll be watching at all times in these fucking houses. Like, as conspiracy theorists that sounds, I bet you they're gonna have your internet fucking like supervised, and like the minute you turn on anything that's not Disney property, they're gonna fucking shoot you. They're gonna come to your house and like put you down and bring in someone else. And it just feels so dystopian that they're building these neighborhoods.
I mean, like, also, I just can't imagine, like, all right, everybody, it's Saturday morning. Let's go down to the, like, community garden and, like, have a Disney brunch. Like, what?
Yeah, for the Little Mermaid Oceanside themed brunch.
Like, just imagine that, though, for, like, the rest
every
of your
single
life.
day for the rest of your life. Yeah, at 9 is the brunch. At 10 is,
you know what it reminds me of?
Mickey Mouse Playhouse time.
It's that Squidward neighborhood. That's like literally it. They all partake in the same activities at the same time every day, and like they're just all the same people.
Yeah, it's all going to be like Disney addicts, like people that make Disney their whole personality. And it's going to be,
you know what though?
insanity.
Okay, we're looking at this from like the wrong point of view. Like, maybe this is a good thing.
No.
Just like, no, think about it. All the fucking cringe ass Disney people in one place. They can have it. They can go. I don't care. Give them their own like fucking Disney net where like they can have their own like subsidy of the internet, and just like leave us the fuck alone. You know what I mean?
You heard it here first on the Mildly Ignorant podcast. Matt's for secluding members of society, parts of society.
No, I mean, they're
isolating
willing.
Them.
You know they're willing. Why not? It's full on. You ever see the movie Independence Day from like...
Yes.
Yeah, with like Will Smith. And then like midway through the movie when they know the aliens are like real or whatever, there's all those people on the like rooftops who are like, take me. Those are the Disney people. And you know what? We should just let them take them.
I gotta say they volunteered, so it doesn't break any humanitarian crimes
Exactly.
of isolating members of society.
So
Segregating, that's the word I was looking for, segregating.
Like, stop trying to sell me Disney and
Sell it to the people you already have hooked.
yeah, exactly. Next thing you know, it's going to be the Matrix. Like, they're just going to like hook people's bodies up and like use them to power. I don't know.
They're gonna have their own metaverse, the
theme
Disneyverse.
parks. Oh, probably, dude. I mean, there's already like a video game from a couple years ago, and I don't know if I sent you this, but I was going to. And it's a video game where you literally just play as a character at the Disney theme parks. And you can like go on rides as this character. And like there's like I think I saw it on TikTok. Disney Parks video game. And like you play as a character. Oh, maybe it was just Connect Disneyland. That would make sense. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was Connect Disneyland. So like you go to Disneyland and it's like it's a video game, but it's basically just Disneyland, and you wait in line for rides and you talk to the characters at the parks, and it's basically just you're just at Disneyland, but it's a video game. Like, isn't that already kind of fucked up?
It literally
like,
this
that's such a weird meta concept. It's like a game where you play a character where you go to a park that you can't go to in real life. Like, I mean, like you can if you have the money, but like
it's legit just like VR chat and like
yeah,
the metaverse. Yeah, this literally reminds me of Jesus Christ. This is a very obscure like B movie reference from the 90s, but like Lawnmower Man. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Bloodmore?
Lawnmower.
Oh, Lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
The Lawnmower Man? No, I've never heard
Yeah.
of it.
Has Pierce Brosnan in it. One of the James Bonds. But yeah, anyway, this is very, 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 very B tier movie. It's all about how like this guy was using VR to test to like train these monkeys to like be intelligent and whatever, and like whatever.
Yeah.
And like augment their intelligence, and anyways, the monkeys escape and they go batshit insane and kill everyone. So the scientist has to restart, but he like grabs this like homeless guy that lives in the middle of a forest, and like puts him through like the VR training, and at the end he goes like fucking nuts and like becomes like next Terminator and like tries to kill everyone.
Oh my god.
It's all about like it's basically one of those 90s things. Like it is at the peak of like internet about to come out, right?
Yeah.
Or it was already out. I don't know when the internet came out again. But like this is like peak paranoia
Like
what the internet
yeah,
can do.
exactly. Sci-fi paranoia.
Yeah.
Movie. Yeah.
And like man, the graphics are fucking they look like a shit show, but they're so like this is such 90s cheesy stuff anyways.
Yeah. Oh, there was a sequel, Lawnmower Man 2, Beyond
Cyberspace. It was with a completely different cast because it was a complete flop of a movie anyways.
Of course.
But yeah, apparently what they did for this movie, they called it Stephen King's The Lawnmower Man, even though this has nothing to do with Stephen King's Lawnmower Man book. Like, it's not even the same plot at all. So they used Stephen King's name to get publicity, and Stephen King sued them for saying that he was associated to the movie, like it was his thing.
Oh yeah, King successfully sued to have his name removed.
Yeah, but this is the funny part of that story is that he won the lawsuit. They said, okay, we'll take your name off of stuff. But by the time the lawsuit resolved, all the DVDs were already all out, and they never took them back in. So all the DVDs still had Stephen King's name written all over it.
Fuck.
So they still won, I guess, at the end of the day, like with using his name for publicity.
Wow.
But yeah, they never recalled him back or anything. They just let it happen after he won the lawsuit.
Fuck.
Man, the internet, huh?
It's funny how even like when I was in school, the way we talk about the internet, how it was established in like the 80s and like how it was like exponentially growing throughout the like early 90s, about how much potential and promise that there was for the internet. But again, and this is something we always come to, but like capitalism has just fucking ruined it. Capitalism has gutted the internet.
Oh, definitely. The internet used to be its own like thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And now it's.
Well, have you heard of like Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but it was always supposed to be like the Wild Wild West, and now it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing close to that.
So for our viewers who don't know, like we are currently in, I would say like the peak, almost kind of, the peak of Web 2.0. So Web 1.0 is like decentralized, where like it was decentralized and pretty much static. So if you wanted to, I don't know, look up something, you would go to like specific places. Like you would just kind of have to know these things.
Yeah.
Whereas like Web 2.0 is kind of centralized. So like everything is being hosted on like the same servers, and like you go to the same places. Like Facebook is Instagram is WhatsApp now, right? Like it's everything is all in one. And then what a lot of people are looking to do is kind of again decentralize the internet, and that's Web 3.0. It's like a lot of people are working again to stop the this like conglomeration of the of the internet. And I think like in theory it's just so cool, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think like those in charge and in power are too powerful to like it's going to take something extremely massive to destabilize the internet as we know it. And like
oh, definitely. Yeah.
Because I mean, look at all the bills that we've already talked about like censorship and like
what was that big one that was like years ago that everyone cared about and no one cares about now, even though it came into motion?
Well, we talked about it like 2 or 3 episodes ago, and I already can't remember it.
Yeah, it was the one like where the internet was going to be privatized, something like that.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. Internet freedom bill. I have no idea what it's called.
Yeah.
Net neutrality. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, net neutrality. But wait, what year were you born in again, Matt? Age yourself.
93.
So you would recall. See, I came out of the womb after this, so give me your experience as a wee 7-year-old. How was Y2K? Did your parents panic on that by any means? Like, do you remember any chaos from that?
Not at all. No.
Not at all.
The year 2000, I think we had like we still had our first like home computer, and.
But your dad, was he in the military at the time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he at his work, he never talked to you about like the panic.
He never talks to us about his work.
Yeah,
he never did.
Because my dad, like he works emergency services, and he said it was crazy panic that day. They were like emptying gas tanks, or not emptying gas tanks, but like emptying gas stations, I guess, from other gas, because they were scared that it wouldn't pump anymore because of the computer chips inside. They were transferring all their files, printing everything. Like, it was insane.
Yeah.
When like in 1999, like before it turned to 2K, because they were scared that it would break the computers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But literally nothing happened.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought you would have seen a larger phenomenon. But I guess you were 7, so you don't really listen to the news.
No, but at the same time,
you're a normal
it just
person.
Like based on like it, I think it was just a lot more paranoia about it happening than actually happened. Like it really wasn't that big of a deal. Like nobody seemed to care. Like when I was a kid.
Well, I don't think people understood. I think, to be honest,
that too. Yeah.
Because it was the Y2K problem was an actual problem in the computer systems, was it not?
No.
Like it was no. I thought it was an actual like calendar data issue where they didn't think the 32-bit at the time, and that's why they created 64-bit. I thought Y2K was the reason why 64-bit exists now.
Maybe you're right. I don't know enough about it, but like I always just thought it was like the way that Yeah, it was formatting and storage of calendar data. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many programs represented 4-digit years, but only the final 2 digits making the year 2000 indistinguishable from 1900. Computer systems' inability to distinguish dates correctly had the potential to bring down worldwide infrastructures for industries ranging from banking to air travel. Okay, yeah.
But like again, as a little 7-year-old, nobody was freaking out because like maybe just because
I would.
corporations were, but you have to remember like having a home computer was new. Not everything was reliant on the internet, right? Like
Yeah.
like nobody had cell phones. Nobody was on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Like it just nobody had these things. Like all of your, I don't know, your video games, like your Game Boy at the time, like it was all handheld, or like consoles that were, the internet was a thing, but it wasn't a mainstream thing in the year 2000. So like it just, I guess like corporations, emergency services, things that were already on the internet would have worried about it, but to the common person, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Wow, there's apparently tons of things that happened similar to this. So, yeah, September 9th, 1999, they were scared as well. Before Y2K, 6 months right before Y2K, they were scared because the numeric format of the day would be 9999, which is also how they write unknown date in programming code at the time. So they were scared that was going to break. Leap years, they were scared about leap years. Yeah, I remember that. Apparently in 2010, there was an issue where the main source of problems was, when in 2010, between hexadecimal numbers encoding and binary coded decimal encoding of numbers. Oh, okay. They both encoding styles encode the number 10 differently.
Oh, okay.
One would be 16 in the other's encoding language, basically.
Yeah.
So it messed it up.
But at this point, I feel like like these issues could happen, but we also had the capacity to solve them, right?
Okay, here's the issue I was thinking of. This year, there's actually, they call it the 2022 problem, known as the Y2K22 bug. The maximum value of a signed 32-bit integer that's used in many computer systems is 21474836647. Systems using an integer.
Isaiah's not just spouting this off the top of his head. He's reading it from Wikipedia.
Systems using an integer to represent a 10-character date-based field, where the leftmost 2 characters of the two-digit year ran into an issue on 1st of January 2022, when the leftmost characters needed to be 22. Oh yeah, because it starts with 2147, but the date would be 220001. Yeah, so it broke the limit on the integer.
It broke the internet.
The internet broke. Oh wow! Apparently in 2038 we're gonna have another issue.
The original Unix time data type stores a date and time assigned long integer on a 32-bit system. 2 to the power of 31, largest number presented by a single long integer on 32-bit system.
Oh, thank God. They fixed it on Linux, and it's going to be fine until 2486. Woo!
Great, so we don't have to worry about it.
On Linux, obviously, not Windows or Mac. You know what they're going to do? What? They're going to purposely let this issue happen so people buy new goddamn computers. That's what they're going to do.
Now you're starting to sound like a conspiracy theorist.
Do you not agree, Matt? These companies just
no, you're right.
Why would they
you
fix
sound
an issue?
crazy, but you're 100% correct.
You want to talk about Apple making $7 billion profit after removing the charger and their fucking earpods out of there?
Or that tweet I sent you, like literally minutes before the podcast.
Which one was that again?
The Doritos removed 5 chips from each bag. Bounty trimmed its rolls by 3 sheets. Wheat Thins determined that the family size is now 2 ounces smaller, all for the same price as before. So the company that makes Doritos made $42 billion in profit last year. The company that makes Bounty toilet paper made $39 billion in profit last year. The company that makes Wheat Thins, I said that weird, Wheat Thins made $11 billion in profit.
We love to see it, brother.
I just like, how much more evil can we get, you know?
We haven't even hit it, baby. Just remember that Nestle is
okay.
against the war.
Hold on. Government response to Y2K. This is funny. Canadian Prime Minister Jean Chrétien's most important cabinet ministers were ordered to remain at the capital, Ottawa, and gathered at 24 Sussex Drive, the Prime Minister's residence, to watch the clock. 13,000 Canadian troops were put on standby. Like, to what, bro? Like, you gonna...
Dude, I'm telling you,
fight the machines?
I think you were too young to understand. But like my dad, the way he explained it to me was like everyone was like scared for their lives. Like they thought that the computers like were going to break down and everything would go back to like the Stone Age basically, and everything would be lost as though they were trying to print everything. Like this was like a real scary issue for people that work in like in IT and stuff like that. Like people were genuinely scared. I think you were just too young to like understand or like don't have anyone in the family that really cared either.
Affected, yeah.
Yeah. Like my dad told me stories that like they were like he was shifted for like 24, 48 hours. They gave him like a 2-day shift, I think, because of it.
So
like they were genuinely scared. They thought it would be mass chaos and pandemonium.
That's so funny.
Man, imagine living in a time when the calendar date would fucking scare the shit out of you.
The fact that it was only 22 years ago.
I mean, to be honest, the same thing happened to our dumbasses in like 2012. Everyone started panicking because the Mayan calendar ended.
Oh, yeah, true.
Remember that thing?
And Tony happened.
I remember I was laying in my bedroom watching a YouTube video, and I knew the time was close because they had a time, right?
Yeah.
It was like a specific date. 2012, end of the world. I don't want the fucking movie. I don't give a shit about the movie. Apocalypse. It would end.
Where were you at the time of the apocalypse?
Okay, I can't find the date easily, but anyways, I remember them mentioning it was like, oh yeah, 21st of December 2012.
Yeah.
I remember being on my bed watching a YouTube video. I swear there was a time too, like a specific time in the day, and I remember seeing the time go by, and I'm like, well, time to die, and then nothing happened.
Okay, but like, has anything been the same since? Has life been livable since December 21st, 2012?
Yeah. I think it's 2016 when shit started going downhill. When they killed Harambe.
That was a cosmic event.
That was a cosmic event that set forth the pandemic and the Ukrainian war.
Oof. I mean, I think that was like, the Cold War in the 70s, but you know.
Basically, yeah. Anyways, should we do the listener's question?
Are we already at that time? God
Yep.
damn. Wait. Okay, no. I want to go on a little rant, a little tirade. This is regarding because I was talking about how the internet just wasn't everywhere. Remember?
Well, I didn't ask and I don't care, so I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Wow. I was gonna say, remember when you were a kid and you can just go outside and play, and like your parents didn't know where you were for like hours?
No, that's never happened to me actually.
Really?
No.
Did your parents like always have like? Because like kids these days always just have cell phones and shit, right?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, kids didn't have phones, so you could just
No,
go outside.
I didn't have a phone when I was 6 and I was playing outside with the neighbors.
Yeah, and like your parents just didn't they couldn't access you.
Okay, well they couldn't access me, but they knew where I was generally speaking.
Yeah, but you could get kidnapped. Come on, play along. No, that was
I'm
just my
built
point.
different.
It's just Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, whatever. What's this fucking viewer question? Let's just move on.
No, say it.
No.
No, say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Matt.
No, because I was about to get into like spirituality and shit.
Do it.
I don't think we have time for that.
Say it.
No, I was just going to say, okay, because everything is on the internet now, if supernatural things were real, like what if they've just gone away because we're too connected? Like spiritual things just don't happen because
I
you don't get
I don't
it.
see the
It's fine.
connection. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Matt.
Don't worry about it. We'll move on.
I'm just too logical for that kind of stuff. You know me, man. I'm too scientific, too big brain.
Monkey.
Please, people, please, we need your questions. Send them, please, to us, please, right now. We need questions, so please, submit them on our website, mildlyignorantpodcast.com.
Wait, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You never answered what your toxic trait would be.
I don't know, and I agree with you. Fine. I agreed with you already.
No,
that
not that toxic trait. Like just like a jokey one. Like what? Like what do you think that you just like it isn't true? Like you ever watch like American, like I said earlier, American Ninja Warrior, and you'd be like, yeah, my toxic trait is I could totally do that.
this is kind of a Debbie Downer, but like my toxic trait is thinking that I can make. My goal is always to make like a documentary. That's always been my goal, and to like do one on the scale of like a David Attenborough one. Was always is always my goal, and I always think I can do it, but then I know that I can't do it, not on my own at least.
No.
And
you think David Attenborough does it on his own?
Well, he's just the host. He's not the one that does anything, any of it.
Exactly. It's a group project.
I don't want to be the host. I just want to be the one that makes it.
No, I know, but like, that's.
I want to make it.
That's not a single person thing, man.
It can be, and it will be because knowing me. Because you just said my toxic trait, right? If you want it done right, you have to do it yourself. So
you're gonna run into something that's bigger than you.
Oh, buddy, I've done that already. And I've still managed to crank stuff out.
My cock.
But yeah, that's I might have to get over my toxic trait. I might have to be able to do something like that. But that's always been a goal. Maybe I'll be able to do that once I fully get into my field.
Maybe one day.
But yeah, that's my toxic trait, is that I think I can do just as good as a multi-million-dollar backed documentary.
Literally like a Netflix production.
Yeah.
Like.
Anyways, yes, please, people, ask questions on our website, mildlyignorantpodcast.com. Spotify in the description. There's a little place to put your question. On the YouTube comments. And in social media, we'll probably make a post about asking questions because we need questions really bad. Our list is getting very low. So please submit your questions so we can answer them. So the question today, we're finally going to bring it up, Matt. I don't care what you have to say. You've been at your job for like two months now. So what is your biggest complaint about your job?
There's a lack of direction.
And for me, it's the customers. Okay, thank you, people. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Mildly Ignorant Podcast. You doing all right there, bud?
Yeah.
Your mic screeched for a second on Discord. I don't know if that was in the recording or not, but it was like it was like a software screech, like it was like it wasn't you doing it. But anyways, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. Ask your questions. I love you.
Ask questions. We answered quickly because we don't want to get doxxed or fired. So can't talk too much about our jobs. Anyways, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode 28. We'll be back next week with episode 29, as usual, every Friday.
Wow.
So make sure to tune in. Make sure to tell your friends. Make sure to tell your family. Make sure to tell everyone you know. And we are going to come to you with a plethora of new topics every week.
Yes. You're trailing. Yes. Let's go. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Bye. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye.